Hey guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. Not exactly sure if this is running on YouTube, but we will go ahead and get started. And if it's not, if you can't see me well, guys, just join me on Instagram Live, okay?
Facebook.
And Facebook. Um, hey guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. Hey, can you just hook me on Facebook, babe? Jesus. Just now. Thanks. Hey guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. Not exactly sure if YouTube. Hey, can you guys? Those on YouTube, I'm just testing a new platform, YouTube, out, so we'll have more channels to share and converge. Everything looking good on YouTube. Please comment back. We'll be right. Here. You can okay. All right. So we're here a little bit earlier. Okay, so we're just going to talk and chat. Did you?
No, but I think I can go on there.
Just put it down right here. This is fine.
If they have a room?
Yeah.
But it'll be upside down. Okay.
Yeah, can you just put it on?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, guys. So what we'll do is for those individuals who are, say, ready to go. All righty, guys. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, just noticing where you are, noticing the space around you, noticing you in your space, getting comfortable. And again, I can't work on all of you one-on-one, but what I can do is create, say, a mass frequency for you. So whatever you need worked on, whatever you need work on, it'll function, again, just helping you set. Yes, that's great.
This one ready?
Yep. All righty. Yeah, go ahead. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So sitting, standing, lying down, getting comfortable where you are, noticing where you are. And again, a couple different versions. So just testing things out for you guys. So hopefully everything works out well. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Again, just noticing where you are, noticing the space around you, noticing you in your space as I generate those frequencies that help you shift, help you transform much easier, faster. If you're new to me, very different. This is very different than psychology, NLP, or anything that's really out there. Those things take a long time. They just literally take a long time. They take decades where, for example, somebody might go to, therapy for, 2-3 decades or even more, and they still haven't figured it out. In the case of exponential intelligence, which I'll call XI from now on, you can resolve those issues maybe in about, say, 2-3 sessions, like 2 10-minute sessions. So that's how fast the changes are. These changes are, say, impactful, obviously. And what we'll do is we've got about 5-6 minutes. I'll go ahead and read some individuals off Instagram. Natural facelift. Let's take this Roxy roller and just hopefully you're online. I'll just give you an example on how to or how fast so I can scan you. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. Anything special, or are you new to me, or welcome?
No, I've been following you for a little while.
Okay.
You scanned me once before, and I guess you looked at me and you saw I had a bunch of different body parts.
Yeah, from different people.
Yeah, and you were
Yeah.
saying I was kind of like I didn't know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of was wondering kind of where I was with that, along with like you said that was kind of like affecting because I was saying I was having health issues as well.
Right. You'd have like say different identities, different aspects. So from what I'm seeing now is that you've kind of compiled yourself, if that makes sense to you. So for what you would experience that you're more observable on say when you change into say different personalities, so to speak, or different say mindsets. Does that make sense to you? It's clear to you. You're seeing how you see yourself from a different version of yourself. For example, it's like, oh, this is my mom's version. This is my brother's version. This is so and so. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this session, maybe that's why we're here. And again, that didn't. I don't know when that was. How long ago was that?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay.
Oh, February? Okay, yeah, February.
Yeah, so a couple months ago, and we could have done it sooner. Like, say, uh, uh, connected with you sooner. We could have done that sooner because about a month after that, seems like you started to understand, say, the different, say, personalities or different frequencies that you operated, and then. If also from what I'm seeing too, and I'm just working on you and other people as we speak, if you've noticed your issues, your health issues and so on are outside of you, if that makes sense, you don't say resonate with them. Does that make sense to you? It's more like you're observing what's going on with you rather than like owning what's going on with you, which is a huge step. Does that make sense to you? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good for you. So it's XI, it's all about time and space. It's not about psychology. It's not about, your emotional state or anything like that. It's just about time and space. So what that means is that you've pushed away from that identity of creating yourself diseased or issues, health issues. That's a huge step. Because once you understand that this is not you, your body starts to take over. It's like she doesn't want to be sick anymore. And now, from what I'm seeing, you're getting kind of sick and fed up with a lot of things that are happening in your life as well, right? Since the last time, which is really good for you because that shows me, and that shows you actually that you're moving away from that stuff. I don't know what you'd call it. I guess your life, that thing that just held you back. You're creating enough tension or motivation to say push yourself out of where you are. So right now, what I'm doing is just like creating more, say, distance between who you are and then, all the patterns that you ran. Does that make sense?
Right.
And was there, just out of curiosity, was there a person that committed suicide or somebody that's depressed that was around you or in your family?
Well, my mom died years ago.
Okay. Was she depressed or she seems
possibly, yeah. She died in a car accident, so
okay.
But I think she was depressed and
Yeah. So I'm just okay. The reason why is just like that identity is still hanging out with you, or that resonance is still hanging out with you. It's kind of like heavy on your shoulders. Does that make sense to you? So let's help you cross over. Let's help her cross over properly, or however you want to feel it. Like she's crossing over properly, or disconnecting you from the memories, or whatever those patterns are. So however you want to label it or see it. So let's help her. And then also she might have had like a son that was never either crossed over, or somebody else that there's depression and anxiety that runs in your family. Sense of say separation, and probably like say a couple strange deaths, I would call it, or like suicide
Okay.
type feel. Like your mom, was it a car accident, or I don't want to say she forced a car accident, but when you're in that state, you would force something to disconnect. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it feels more like that to me. So anyway, let's help remove that pattern out of you, because as you age, you get more and more, say, separated or disconnected from yourself. Does that make sense?
Great.
And then you
Yeah.
go, who the hell am I? Why is my relationships not working? Why is, even if you're like super successful, is like, why is this not bringing me, say, any happiness or that really, that deeper connection? That's where that comes
Yeah.
from as well. So let's just
Yeah.
delete all that for you as well. Give me a second. So for you, you'll start to see, again, not a doctor or anything like this, but as you separate, your spine will start to feel like yours. You'll feel more aligned because, again, before, most of your body wasn't like yours. Now it's just that spine piece that's not yours. And so we'll just disconnect that. So you'll probably most likely feel like you're here, you're more complete, like you are one, you're just like you. And that's coming in right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling, by the way?
Right now, good.
Yeah. Like really,
Yeah.
like solid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just good, but so that'll just perpetuate for you. And then a lot of your issues, health issues, again, they're not really yours. You'll start to see those things move away from you. Yeah, you'll just feel like happy for no reason. And then you'll go, because I know the way you are, it's like, shit, why am I feeling happy? I should be because of this, because nothing's really changing in my life. Well, as soon as you stay happy and own that happiness, then things, I mean, a lot of things will change. Your diseases or health issues, they'll get better and better. But then that natural happiness that you've always wanted will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, it'll just be like, when is the next shoe going to drop? That kind of feel. It's like, I can't just be happy just to be happy, because you've never been that way. Right. So really nice job. And then you'll own it. And that's where your life really starts to shift. So, okay.
Perfect.
Really nice
Awesome.
job.
Thanks.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
So again, as you guys noticed, did you guys notice that it's got nothing to do with, oh, it's so sad, let's figure out why your mom died or anything like that. And again, it is a sad situation, but it's even more sad when you have to, say, deal with it and keep pushing it, down and live with that, say, sadness or disease or, wealth issues and all that. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. I mean, you are solid, you are, say, radically abundant, but if you're not operating or if you're not turning on those, say, abundant programs, just like your phone, there's apps on your phone, right? If you're not running those abundant programs and you're running, say, inconsistent programs or distorted programs or illness programs, well, no matter how much psychology you have, no matter how much, you want to go into your happy place and all that stuff, if you can't break away from the matrix or stop using that program, you'll always come back to those distortions. This is about, say, radical, say, deletion. This is about, say, radical deletion of your programs. So let's go ahead and sorry guys, I have to adjust this here. There we go. I know I can't. So it is what it is. So what time is it? 9:04. All right. So let's go do the Moss's Medihealing Sundays. And again, sorry guys, the image might not be exactly perfect here. We'll try to do it better and better. Again, I'm testing a whole new system on YouTube, so we can do more live interactions, have, say, better communication and all that. So just bear with me. The important thing is my frequencies, it's always top notch. Connecting with you is always top notch. So let's go ahead, take a deep breath in, and we'll do something special. We'll do something special today. A lot of good people on the call. On all three platforms. So let's take a deep breath in. And whether you're new to me or not, it doesn't matter. We're all human. We're all designed the same way. It doesn't matter what culture, what color, or whatever. We're all designed the same way. Breath in again as you become aware of your surroundings. So what that means is look at the lighting, look at this, the sounds around you. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the temperature around you. As I generate those frequencies, you might actually have felt, say, that shift, that, say, down, the down force. There you go. As you get literally pushed into time. Breath in again. A lot of people commenting. Yeah, thank you for that. For the frequencies. So notice. So I'll explain those frequencies for you. And because we want to shift fast, this world is about shifting fast. So just note that if you're shifting that intensely, you have to change, right? You can't stay the same and shift. This isn't about staying the same and shifting. This is about shifting, changing from your core. That's why it's so impactful. So let's add a little more power, a little more juice, connecting you at a mass scale to the mastermind. All of us combine together, right? We're looking in the same direction, abundance, whatever that means to you, health, wealth, relationships, a deeper connection to yourself, to your Godhead, or however you define that. It doesn't matter to me. This isn't a religious or spiritual experience, although it is probably the most awakening experience you'll ever have. Strong breath in again. Again, honing and focusing. It's like a laser beam. All our efforts, right, to be a better individual, better group, better family, better society, better human consciousness. There we go. So healing the world. Everybody wants to heal the world. Everybody wants to do all those politically correct things, but deep inside, we're just running trash frequency. Let's just call it just what it is, trash frequency. So the way exponential intelligence does it is that it heals you first, and then you just resonate with that, say, deep, beautiful power that you are. So notice your solar plex area right here, solar plex area right between your ribs. And then notice the grander power that you are. What if we could operate from that grand, pure power? Would you be weak? Would you be insecure? Would you be confident in your, say, process of life? Would you know that you'd be naturally, say, okay, better than okay, right? You'd be abundant. And then, so put that on your left hand. That grander version of who you are or who you think you could be what if you could? What if you could, say, operate from that grander version of yourself? We're just taking it out there, right? We're just putting it out there. What if you could? So imagine that on your left hand, and you might just even hold it out on, say, your hand like that. Just hold it out. Imagine the life that could be. Just to give you a visual. And then taking a deep breath in again. Again, noticing that deep breath, breathing in from the belly into the chest, and then holding it out on your right hand where you currently are. Notice the diseases, the shortcomings, the abuse patterns that you've had, mental issues that you had, right down into suicidal tendencies, health issues, wealth issues, I don't know, spiritual connections. There's a lot of sin, so-called sin out there, right? You're feeling not good enough, not good enough to meet your maker, those type of patterns as well, or your family's deemed you that way, right? Let's take a deep breath in. You're putting your self-worth dependent on, say, what you've done with your life, right? Creating income, getting a job, marrying, having kids. Again, that is your, say, recognition of how abundant or how worthy you are, or how many people you help. And as a note, even at extreme levels, plenty of philanthropists that are out there. The reason why they're philanthropists is because they don't feel worthy of the success or money that they've accumulated. It's the only reason why. I'm not saying they're a bad job or they shouldn't do it, but I'm just saying the underlying cause is that, shit, I don't feel good enough, because they're seeing the distortions that they run. So that money is not valuable to them at a deep level, okay? Nor is your relationships, nor is your health, nor is just being here. That's the key. Why is that? Because there's a disconnect between you, your time-bound body, your timeless body, you might refer to it as your spirit. Wonderful breath in. Just noticing how you're feeling. Again, noticing the space around you. I just want to comment on this one. It says, surely you don't mean all philanthropists run that pattern? Pretty much. And I say that even to you. Well, I'm a good person. I did X, Y, and Z. I did this. You're proving to yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. So as we take a deep breath in again, that's not what makes you worthy. And I'm not saying your good deeds are bad. I'm not saying not to do good deeds, right? I'm saying why you do it, how to do it properly. And I know it pushes a lot of buttons, because many of you go, well, shit, I did this. I go to church. I pray 5 times a day. I say whatever Hail Marys. I help 10,000 people. It doesn't fucking matter. It just doesn't matter, guys. Look at where you are. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but I'm just saying the process that you do is not benefiting you nor the people around you. If it did, this reality would not be at the level that it would be. Those are hard words for many of you to understand, because you go, well, I'm a good person, and now I'm telling you you're a bad person. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you you're a fantastic grand person. But why are you proving that to yourself is the key. Why are you proving that you're a good person? Why are you proving X, Y, and Z? Why are you saying I did this and this and this, so I should be a good person? That's what I'm telling you. So basically, you don't know that you're a good person. That's why you have to prove it to other people, to yourself. So you have to stop living that lie. So as we take a deep breath in, and I know these are hard words, but it'll shake you out of where you are. It'll shake those distortions that you are. So you just know that you are, say, a grand being here. There is no, say, question, no doubt in your mind that you are a grand, brilliant being. And then when you go help people, your essence flows through what you're doing, the money that you're giving out, the donations that you're giving out, the actual help that you're giving out. Your essence provides that individual an awakening experience. So it goes, wow, that was a brilliant being. It reminds the people that are on the streets, those people that can't get enough food, going, shit, I'm a grand being. The other way around happens is that you are looking down on those individuals. I know it seems mean that I'm, it's like, wow, all that help. Yeah. It, it just doesn't work the old way. That's why more and more and more people need help. Statistically, all these people, people who send out food packets to all these countries, 60,000 cases, then next year 100,000 cases, and the next year 200,000 cases. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. You have to sustain. The other way is to awaken everybody, where everybody knows the abundance that they are, and then you end the distortions that everybody has. You don't have to control. And then you don't have to, say, exchange your kindness to feel valuable. I know those are hard words to swallow for many of you. And I'm not saying you're a bad person. I can't stress that enough. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but I'm just saying, understand that who you are a grand individual, way beyond your identity of who you think you are. You do not have to prove it to anyone, is what I'm saying. You do not have to prove it to your religions. As you take a deep breath in, you do not have to prove it to your spouse, to whoever else, in the eyes of whoever in society. You just are. That's the key. It's a great starting point. Wouldn't you agree? Many of you think you're down here and you have to come up to this higher level, and that's why you do all those things that you do. I'm saying, let's just start where you are. Let's get rid of the garbage that you think you are. Start here. And then you awaken those individuals, and that's how you let go of starvation. Look at the war on drugs, the war on breast cancer, the war on feeding kids. It's still the same as back in the 60s when I was growing up, 70s. Why? This is the reason why I'm telling you. So let's take a deep breath in. And I know for some of you, it might hurt, but just take it in. You can hate me for it, but then take it in, absorb it, right? Expand, understand it. And as that garbage, as I'm working on you, starts to release, when you feel grander, like many of you are even now, right? Although you might hate the word, the conscious mind, that prison that you're in. And then when you go help people, or when you go help your kids, or when you interact with your kids, your spouse, or whoever, you get to see it's a very different interaction. It's a blessed interaction. That's what you're looking for, right? It helps you and helps those who you're helping. So let's take a deep breath in. Look at the two hands. Again, your brilliant self and who you think you are. And that's even, it's not, and that's not even you. You're a rendition of your parents, your grandparents, and all the way back. You're just that, you were the latest version when you were born, and then you added your garbage onto it, your spice of life, right? So let's peel all that away from you. All you have to do, just notice your left, your right hand. Which one would you rather have? Even if you didn't like what I said, which one would you rather be? Your brilliant being or the version that you are now? Okay. Strong breath in again. Now let me ask you something. If you operated from your highest version that you could be, or if your parents operated from your highest version that they could be, where would you be now? So imagine, where would your kids be now? Imagine if everybody in society operated that way. Would we be in the situation that we're in now? Would there be starving kids? Would there be any of that bullshit? That's the key. If you are sending a distorted version of lack, because you were great creators, so what are you doing? You're sending, hey, I'm not worthy, but I'm going to help somebody else to make me feel worthy. You're just sending frequencies of non-worthiness. And you render this reality. Just the way your parents did. They were good people, probably. Your grandparents, they were good people, and maybe they weren't. It doesn't matter. Right? They did the best that they could do, but it's not the best that you are. I'm pushing you to be the best that you are. Right? So let's take a deep breath in again. Just help you peel away those filters. This isn't psychology. This isn't hypnosis. This is literally a reprogramming of who you are. So you go, well, shit, that's pretty scary. You know, who's this guy to reprogram me? Well, you know, again, when you're born right off the bat, you're programmed from your family's lineage. Do you like that? When you start to go to school, you get programmed. Do you like that? When you go into society, you get reprogrammed. When you watch TV, when you listen to the government and all the rules of your family, the logistics of humanity, on all that, do you like your programming? If you don't, learn how to program yourself. That's what I'm helping you reset. I'm not programming you to my standards. I'm programming you to your standards. My abilities would get distorted if I controlled you. There's no need for control at the higher level frequencies. In fact, it draws you down, hence the reality of this consciousness. It draws people down, no matter how wealthy you are and all that stuff. It's minimal. It's 1% of who you are. So let's take a deep breath in. And what we'll do, as you open your eyes, if you haven't there you go. I'm sick and tired of family and school telling me that I'm not enough. Exactly. You're never enough. So again, you are complete on the inside. Does that mean you are perfect? Well, your inside is perfect. All you have to do, and that's what Exponential Intelligence does through the 21-day Medihealings, through the private sessions, through these free sessions. You get to say render yourself, and then render here at a physical level your best possible self. Right? This one, it says TD poison. Still not feeling any changes or any results at this point. That's because you're against me. You don't like me. Simple as that. And you're here to discredit me. So, okay, go somewhere else and really prove inside that you are who you are. Okay, and then it'll be better for you. Right. So let's take some calls. We'll go to Musafi, if you're still there. Hello.
Hi, Moss.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We've just got a few minutes before we start the accelerated. You're in your head all the time from what I'm seeing. You're very scared of being, say, accepted into anything, anybody, if that makes sense to you. It makes it pretty hard to go through. And then also, you're a reflector. So what that means is you read other people to see that you are okay. So does that make sense? When you're like that, you'll never feel complete. And then when you're like that, you'll never feel okay being alone because you'd always have to reflect something back to you. So you always need people. Does that make sense to you? So you can never be alone because if you are, your sense of, say, incompleteness, or you feel that hollowness inside you, and then you have to, say, interact with people. And then they're never, and then you have a filter that you're never good enough, even if you were good enough in people's eyes, right? That you look at people and go, oh, they think that I'm not good enough. So let's remove that filter that you have. One, and it's really quick for you. Two, let's remove that, say, outward expression, because most people have that outward expression, but you are more extreme in that manner.
I struggle with it a lot, especially lately. This is what I've been struggling with.
Well, if you've been following me, or if you come into that space, you might struggle with it a little bit more. And again, not just for you, but for other people as well. It's not that it's gotten worse for you, but basically, as you step away, you get to see the patterns that you're running from.
Become more aware. Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's why it's like, gosh. So when that happens to you guys, acknowledge that you're observing what's happening to you, because in the last, say, I want to say week or two for you, it's just like you're actually seeing what I just said, what I explained to you. Does that make sense to you?
Right.
So that's a really good sign for you. Don't cut yourself down. Start to go, oh, I'm understanding my patterns, and this will help you like shift. So what I'm helping you do now is like helping you see things from a different perspective. Starting to see more internally who you are rather than an outward expression of who you are. Was there kind of like an abuse that kind of runs? Did you see abuse, or did you hear of abuse when you were younger?
Abusive family growing up, just a lot of that. And I was just in an abusive relationship, so there's that too.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason why I say that is like you stay away from your body. So does that make sense to you?
So I still do that. You said this to me in the past.
Did I? Yeah. So you're a lot better, but I think you're just ready to just pull yourself in. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I feel very sluggish today.
Yeah. Yep, because you're stepping into time, you're stepping into your body. And let me just explain why. So I might have said that to you before. So what you've done, you took it to heart, okay, on, say, what I said earlier, and then you created like a better version of yourself. Rather say that you just jumped into your body, you would remember all the stuff that happened to you. And then it would have, say, taken you a lot longer because you'd have to muddle through that process. So what you did is basically, oh, I see my weaknesses, I see my patterns, I see the distortive experiences, but this is a newer version without all that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And now let's just switch you over from your old version into, say, your new sense of self. And that way you can, say, step into
my
your
head
body.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just take a deep breath in. And then for those people who are in that space as well, there you go. And we'll lock you in. And I know you're a little like stage fright.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing, but what you have to do is like you'll get pushed into experiences. Okay. And you'll see two different versions, your old version, and then, like I said, your new version. So it's your choice what to take. But even if you're not sure completely, take the new version and you'll see your spirit will guide you into your space.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
How is my health? I really wanted to ask you that.
Your health is really, you feel like as you age, as you get older, you age faster and faster because you're really, almost a cookie cutter pattern to your mom or your aunt, from what I'm seeing.
My mom.
Yeah. So
My mom.
Yeah. So basically, you're young, but then your body shape, even your bone structure, your hip structure turns into your mom, and that's what you're kind of pulling away from as well. But the more you do XI, you start to come to a point. Right now, you're understanding who you are, but then later on, I can help you come to a point where you go, shit, I don't have to age like my mom. I don't have to, look like my mom, and you start like shifting that as well, like many people have.
I've been having heart pain, so I was wondering. I think it's the work I'm doing. I don't know if it's necessarily blood flow. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
I also had thyroids in the past.
Yeah, those are all your mom's patterns, or So
I think it's my aunt.
Or your
now
aunt's.
that you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those patterns, again, you start to step away from them. And again, I'm not a doctor, but as you step away, I don't know if you were here earlier, as you step away, you can actually resolve those issues. And some people resolve them permanently. A lot of people actually resolve them permanently. So, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So those things, again, physical issues, first you have to have your own identity like you are now. And then later on, as you create your identity, the biggest key is I don't want to be ill like my mom or my parents or whoever. Right? And then you start deleting that. You'll probably start cleaning out your house and your closet and all that stuff as well. Those things that aren't you anymore. So, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. All right, honey.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, so I have to jump on a call, guys. The accelerated, so take care. Oops. Something here. Oh, I didn't. Anyway, guys, I have to go on Instagram what is it? Accelerated. Sorry, guys, the 21-day accelerated. Okay, so I'll see you next week. On YouTube. Yeah, for those people on YouTube, guys, it'd be fantastic. Again, it's my first initial live call, so maybe a little sketchy. But again, we're going to work out the bugs and details. Please subscribe to my channel, and then we'll do more and more YouTube. All right, and also some good stuff coming up, like Mother's Day event coming up on the 25th. Take a look at that. And then also we're going to start doing, maybe 15-minute calls on Instagram Live, probably, or probably on Instagram Live. We're going to start doing like 15-minute calls, like maybe daily or something like that. And just we'll work on, specific items or issues. All right, guys. So again, as we end, notice what you notice, and then notice the details of what you're noticing. All right. Peace. And for Instagram, guys, so sorry I disconnected. All right, so let's go ahead and start.
Stop on Facebook. Choose that.